I'm Ashlee, and this is my testimony. When I was younger, it was just me, my mom, and my brother for the longest time. And even though that it was just us, there was still a lot of moving around and not a lot of structure. Then my mom met a guy, and she ended up marrying him. But we moved in with him, and then the structure just, I thought that it was going to be there, but there was a lot more change that came with that than I thought there was going to be. We moved a lot, so I was in and out of schools. I was always the new kid. And with that started anxiety, like social anxiety and a lot of things like that. But there was also a lot of abuse and emotional strain that also played into the anxiety. And so as I got older, it just it grew, and I became very closed off and sheltered because that was the only way that I knew to protect myself. Each of us, there was, I guess, a different targeted abuse towards each of us. And even just witnessing it, it changes something in you as a kid. And then so when I grew up and I guess got to the age of hitting puberty, it also came with a lot of depression and self-doubt and just, I don't know, not being able to know who I am, and always changing schools kind of played into that a lot also. There was one point when things got really, really bad, and I felt like not being here anymore. And I felt like on my end that would have just made things better. It got really, really bad to the point where I was hospitalized for it. And and then everything really started changing once, I guess, my mom's marriage started going downhill, because then, I don't want to say the problem, but for lack of better words, the problem was being taken out of the picture. And I was finally able to start opening up about everything that I had gone through, which made things easier because then I wasn't bottling it anymore. I started going to church, started hearing the word, which was helping. It gave me a lot of internal joy, and just because I had something to confide in. But with that, I was also still unsure because as a kid, I went to a lot of different churches. I grew up in the Mormon church, and then my grandmother had gotten remarried after my grandfather passed, and so sometimes I was in and out of the Catholic church. So I guess there was just a lot of confusion, if anything. But coming here to High Life was honestly one of the best experiences, and I really loved it. And then so just learning more and more, I knew that I wanted to be saved, just because I knew that having, I guess, God and Jesus to rely on and help me through everything probably would have been the best thing for me at that time. And so I'm really grateful that I met Elander and I was able to come here and meet all of you guys as well. But I ended up being saved in the kitchen of the old building, actually. And after that, I guess it was just like a switch. I don't know how to explain it. Something internally just felt better. And I ended up getting baptized as well. And then I gave it all to God. And He's helped me a lot with my anxiety, with my depression. I don't feel that way at all anymore. And when I do start feeling that way again, or really just like anxious or like my anxiety's coming back, I just take a second and I pray, and then really like it's gone and I feel better. I guess I'm really just grateful for what God has done for me. He's really helped me a lot mentally, and just being confident with who I am and myself. I really look at Him as a savior, because He is. He pulled me out of a lot of things that I thought could never change, but He changed it all for the better, and it feels comforting just knowing that I have Him there.